How's it going, guys? This is Upside Down Ace, and what does your dream car consist of? 500 horsepower, a top speed of over 200 miles an hour? How much does that thing cost again? $500,000? Forget that. Check out this. This is the 2012 Ultima GTR, and this has got everything you want. It's got over 500 horsepower from the 7-liter engine here. It weighs just over 2,000 pounds. This thing is a recipe for speed. The guys over at Ultima, based in the UK, have done an amazing job here designing this car. I don't know what kind of secret recipe they got going on over there, but they are beating the big boys at their own game. This thing is setting speed records all around the world. It can go 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds, 0 to 100 in 5.3 seconds, and just onto a top speed of 220 and beyond. You can take it as far as you want. This thing was designed with you in mind. This chassis can support over 1,000 brake horsepower. So if you really want to turn it up to 11, go for it. This thing is designed for you to go in there and tinker with whatever you want. And unlike all those other track cars, I didn't have to put this in a trailer and then drive it and then unload it and then start it up. This thing is completely road legal. I can drive it to the track, set the lap record, and then drive home happy. This is just one incredible machine. And so, I decided to take it for a full test drive at the only track that this thing was designed for, Le Mans. This is a speed freak's paradise, so I figured the Ultima GTR would feel right at home here, and let me tell you something, it does. This car is not designed for just going in a straight line. This thing takes those corners like it was born to. It is an absolute dream in the corners. This just is completely flat. There's none of that tail out action that you expect, so you don't lose any speed. It is literally like being in a Formula 1 car that you can drive on the road. It is absolutely amazing. When I first got in this car, I was like, there's no way that this thing won't kick that tail out. Because you know with a lot of those R3 cars, if you put too much power in the corners, they just spin their wheels and they start spinning around, and it's just not a good time. And that does not happen with the Ultima. And that is one amazing feat, because this thing does not feature all those fancy driver assists that some of these other race cars do. This thing is a pure driving machine. It is just you, the steering wheel, and 500 horsepower. And let me tell you, that is the only way I would want it. I want to be in control of when the car goes and when the car stops. It's really nice to have something that finally listens to my right foot. And speaking of that, this car really can stop. This thing goes from 0 to 100 to 0 in 9.4 seconds. Another world record, by the way. I know, I keep throwing world records out there, but that just shows what a great car this is. Hey man, and am I still going down this straight on Le Mans? They seriously made this thing way too long. And you're going to see here, I lose it a little bit, and that's just all due to driver error, but the Ultima manages to hang in there, and I can do that counter steer and save myself, which is really nice, especially when you're looking for a track day car. You don't want something that you can't keep a hold of. It really is just an absolute great car. Now, if you are interested in the Ultima GTR, it's part of the March Pirelli car pack, which was really just a bunch of random cars. But when I saw this car that was part of it, I was super excited because I knew this was going to be an absolute great addition to this game. The last thing I want to talk about with this Ultima is you see me going through these corners here, and with the combination of the handling, its amazing grip, the brakes, but especially the acceleration, you can just zoom out of these corners. I mean, you get from 50 to 100 in literally like a second. So you are going to be leaving your competition in the dust, just going around, especially tracks with a lot of turns. So the Ultima GTR is a very well-rounded car. It's not just a Le Mans racer, although it would dominate on this track. You could take it around Road Atlanta, Road America, Maple Valley, you know, any of those racetracks, and you would just be way ahead of your competition, especially if you're in the R3 class races. I mean, no other R3 car can match this car's acceleration. There aren't many cars in the world. Actually, now that I say that, there isn't a car in the world that can match this car's acceleration. It's the world record holder. So clearly, it is the best race car for any type of track. I mean, this thing's been proven to be faster around the top of your test track than a Ferrari FXX. I think that's all you really need to know. Now, I managed to get this lap around 350, which is pretty dang good considering my bad driving and how big Le Mans is. So, let's hear what you guys have to think of the Ultima GTR in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please like it and comment below with your Ultimate GTR thoughts. And also, don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for more videos.